Hello, folks. I suppose this will be a start of a series. Maybe a one-off, see how it goes. Show it every footage in the background. Um, I used to work at a HVAC company. They had not as local, but not as local as I want. We'll get to that. Building where it was a little warehouse and small production facility. Don't want to really name them now. I doubt any of those people are going to watch my channel. So it was my first full-time job. It's in 2023 I started in August. Left my part-time job, which that's a story in of itself. Um, it's one of those jobs where I applied and got my interview. I'm like, oh, right away. I was like, oh, would be willing to hire you? You can even start next day. I was like, whoa. So let me put my notice in. Didn't even finish my full notice. Like I did a week and I quit my part time. That's a story. Another time. Yes. So first day I went there, it's 7 in the morning job. Oh, it's a hell of an adjustment because I was usually a 9 o'clocker, 9 or 10 or 11. You know, that job there's really two, well, three positions in the office. Never obviously worked in the office. There was like three or four women in there. Production for part and shipping. I started in production. It was a choice. Maybe I should have started. Basically, my job was to the soft metal piping. It was aluminum foil inside, like a poly wrap, and then wire. It was an HVAC pipe for like dryers. My job was to cut it at the okay. The machine operator they would produce it. It would go down a trough. And then once she reached a certain length, she would cut it on her end, I would cut it on my end. I would put a cup on the end and then vacuum it up. Bag it, box it, do whatever. Obviously, that over the 8 months I was there, it got more and more monotonous. Um, there was 5 foot. No, no, no. Yes, hang on. Let me try to remember. Okay, there were two sets of those machines. There was one was the usually made 20 foot, 25 foot, or 50 foot. 50 feet were nice, especially if you're doing it all day. You could just put headphones on, and it was nice and slow. 20s and 25s, a little more work. The other machine, TP2, it was pretty much always 5 foot and 8 foot. Now that always had two or three, at least two people that were cutting and packing. You would get buried though every time. Um, if you had three people, it was a little better. So one person would just cut it and cap it, and the other two people, when they would suck it up. Okay, let me backtrack. The the fives and eights, you made small cuts along 5 foot or 8 foot marks. Like there was this duct tapes on the trough you would have to mash it up with. This wasn't a precise place at all. It was a dingy warehouse. It used to be a lumber billet place. And so you would cut it, they would cap it, and they would suck it up, hold the pieces apart, use a little hydraulic cruncher, just a little thing, zip tie it, and then pack it up whatever way. I didn't have to like that at all. I made my point a few times. Could have gotten fired almost, or would have done something to get myself fired. Anyways, there was two other areas in the production. There was the MFX machines. It would make usually larger, much more rigid pipes. I mean, you could still easily bend it, but yeah, that was that. And finally, assembly, which was really light duty. This company basically, it was the old people that worked on the place. Some people that probably shouldn't have been working. And this place did not have any good benefits. They would just stand at a big square rectangular table and take products, put them together, box them, like very simple, like shoving a plastic top onto a metal pipe for like dryer vents or house vents. And that was production. I worked on assembly a very few times. Um, yeah, production, the shipping. Well, you would have to go around the warehouse, build your order at a pallet. They had a pallet write machine. You would put it into some area, and then we would load it in. Um, so I enjoyed that more. Now the workload, it could go all over the place. There were days where we would have like 2 hours of work and we'd twiddle our thumbs. Now, at some slow points, I guess it was either the shipping supervisor. He he was the when I got there, he was the material handler. Eventually, he became the shipping department manager. A while ago, he used to be the second shift supervisor, but once enough people left, they cut off second shift. And there used to be a vinyl department in production. It was like up a stairs and little little scaffold, not even scaffolding, but just a little upstairs area. That was completely shut down by the time I got there. Some parts were already taken away. And in fact, I think there used to be a third CP machine. Never here nor there. Yeah. So back the guy that became the shipping supervisor manager during the super slow points, it's like a few weeks we would re reorganized where all the product was. Not all the product, but like I'll explain that another time. We kind of had two sections where the product was. Is that how to say it? The full truckloads, it would mostly pretty much always use one area. We would do a loop and we had a map. I got that memorized after a while. But for the LTLs, the less than truckloads, um, we it was in the area where I never even quite learned where everything was, especially once it started moving stuff. And it was clearly defined off where the areas were. So, yeah, break room area was upstairs along with the main employee bathroom. The other bathroom was office and management only. And the one old lady who was disabled, she had a walk of a cane. She looks like she had snow pants on all the time. Um, what else is there? So I have two 10-minute breaks and a half hour unpaid. I know, minimum wage job for drama. Oh man, I mean, well, let's just say this, there was maybe at the highest point when I was there, there was 20, 23 people. Yeah, frankly, it dropped over time. I kind of got there. several months after it used to be bigger, and I mean the whole place obviously used to be bigger, more production, second shift, yada yada. Um, the people that work there were interesting. The one shipping guy, he was there for like a few weeks and he got fired. I was like, ah, I was wondering because I wonder if he was like a part timer, but no, he just was always late, didn't show up, and then got get let go. And apparently, he was a meth addict. Like there was times he would run outside in the park, running around the garbage dumpster. That was in one of the loading docks of the shipping department. Three docks. The third one always had the dumpster there, at least for a while. Um, so he was never even really met known him that much. I was only just starting in shipping. Uh, oh, starting with the shipping supervisor manager when I was there for the first 4 months. Boy, I did not like him after a while. He was in like a marine. He was just weird. I respected him mostly, but he just would do really talk about weird stuff. Especially to the other guy who started the first day as I did. He would want to do inappropriate stuff to his family. I know he was joking, but it's like, you know, and he was serious a few times when it was appropriate. And when the shipping department got busy, oh boy, it got freaking busy. I mean, it would be like 7 to 3. We were literally sometimes picking orders until close till the end of the time, end of the shift. You know, God damn, I could talk about this for a freaking hour. Hmm. One other guy in the shipping, we called him the milkman. His family farms, his last name, like John Family Farms, because he would do his best orders he would make. And if he had, let's just say 2 hours of work, he would take 4 hours. It was ridiculous because two other of our coworkers would always bust his ass over everything. Um, the one guy who was shipping, older guy, late 50s. They constantly bickered. Well, not constantly, but it wasn't good. There was one guy in production that would kind of annoy the other two guys. E- Every the end of the ship was like, "Hey, Mister John. Hey, Mister Jack. It's about time we get going." I could say names in the business. It was funny. Say a milkman, especially when they say sciatica. I think he milked it. Maybe a few more minutes. Hmm. Let's see. Production manager. We didn't know we got along mostly well, but I got mad at her a few times. Actually, the plant manager had a talk with me. Oh boy, it took me every ounce of freaking strength not to go explode. Like you start yelling. Well, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I got an idea for a story. The next time I could talk about the day I had to come in for um inventory when I really shouldn't have. Good night.